The glow of a screen, they sitting high, throwing words like stones, full of pride. Cowards in the dark, they running their mouths, living in the shadows, never coming out. Keyboard warriors talking tough, hiding behind screens like fucking punks. Instagram's blind, can't see the truth. Facebook's a circus, no wisdom, no proof. Twitter's a troll space, intelligence is lost. Social media's a game, what's the fucking cost? Pointing out the truth, but they throw shade, drowning in the noise that the stupid bitches made. Facebook's a mess, comments full of lies, truth buried deep where logic went to die. Keyboard warriors talking tough, hiding behind screens like fucking punks. Instagram's blind, can't see the truth. Facebook's a circus, no wisdom, no proof. Twitter's a troll space, intelligence is lost. Social media's a game, what's the fucking cost? They think they're kings with a digital agenda, but in the real world they can't stand and fight. Pussies of the iPhone, Android and more. Come get this smoke or let us go to war. So let them type away in the safe space. Words full of venom but they lack a face. In the end, it's all just fucking noise.
Another
He
banger.
said.
Another banger, another intro to the intro.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. We're going to start the show off a little different. Normally we get to the crazy fun stuff at the end of the show, but this has been on my mind.
Talk to me.
So, the hydrogen peroxide collider. Are y'all
Okay.
familiar with this? Yeah, it's something to do with particles and hydrogen with a special X chemical. Yes. So there was this conspiracy or this thought, we'll say, I don't know, there was this thought that it killed everyone or warped us in or merged us with a multiverse, and it's been some really wild things. But I'm here right now to tell you what I think is going to happen or what I think is going on.
Okay.
I've noticed over the last couple of years that there has been no April showers. In fact, it is now May showers, where it used to be April showers bring May flowers. And I'm very familiar with the month of May. There's a very special day in May, so I'm partial to May. I pay attention to May.
Yeah.
But so you've April showers bring May flowers. Now we're living in a world where May showers bring June flowers. And it's just like that stupid day rhyme. It's, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, a Mountain Dew a day keeps the doctor away. I don't think that's how you meant that to work, but surprise. It's not the rhyming words and the key notes there that matter. You can have it be anything you want, even outside of America with our wonderful free speech, First Amendment type stuff. So anywho, we're talking May showers bring June flowers. It has rained, precipitation where I reside, 60% of this month. We're 142% over the regular precipitation. And I'm like, hey, y'all, that's just the world we live in. It's the hydrogen peroxide collider doing its thing.
Your Texas, though, you're probably about 8,000% over what you're supposed to get.
We've been getting a ton of unwarranted rain that's just comes out of nowhere. Just for example, yesterday, it was, and this is a typical day in Texas. Yesterday, I looked at the weather app, the Weather Channel app. It said that it's 96 degrees outside, but it feels like it's 107. And then 2 hours later, I get, hey, be careful. You're due for a severe thunderstorm watch. Huh? And it's supposed to happen again today and tomorrow. It's just Texas, we get hit with the asshole of the weather. But we've gotten a lot of rain in May. A lot of rain.
So looking at historical weather data going back farther than most people want to look, we're in like a random Earth cycle. These appear. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't go out and hug trees. I don't grab a fistful of dirt, eat the shit in the morning to get closer to Mother Nature, right? I just read fucking books. Okay? Sometimes I scroll on the damn internet. So I can't wait to have all these hippias jump in here and scream something about the earth being hot, and that's cool. Miss me with that shit until India, China, and Taylor Swift stop flying around everywhere. Until then, this is the hydrogen peroxide collider's fault. I swear to God.
There's nothing that can change your mind.
Nothing that could change my mind. Not a damn thing.
Do you want to know what's even worse? So I check this out. So I went in and just typed hydrogen peroxide collider. Literally the hadron collider that just goes up. But wait, I'm going to share something.
Oh
with
my
you.
god.
I'm going to share something with you. And,
No, it's not.
oh my god, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. No, there's no way you're gonna be able to control yourself after you see this.
Oh, I'm so dead.
For
I'm
those
off.
of you listening, I would suggest pausing and heading over to YouTube ASAP.
Oh man, these are
You're gonna find
These-
some crazy shit.
Oh,
these
my, oh,
are
my.
special.
While he's
Yeah.
pulling this up on the docket, we do have MLB, Angel Hernandez.
It's on a train car.
It's on a train. I mean,
On a
that
train
is,
to nowhere.
that is
Yeah.
what the inside of the collider looks like.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love the internet sometimes.
For those of you out there, it is the Hadron Collider, I believe, but it's just so much more beautiful to say the hydrogen peroxide collider. Everyone knows what you're talking about, even
Yeah.
the damn internet.
Well, even AI knew what you were talking about when you said it the
Oh,
first time.
Don't worry, child. I'll get you to where you're going. Thanks, mister, who doesn't have a van or candy I shouldn't get into.
Oh lord.
Man, that Dare Bear. We may have all let him down, but that shouldn't
That
mean
Dare
he stopped
Bear-
what he was doing
That Dare Bear lied to us.
for real. I thought there was going to be way more people selling drugs,
Lied to
willingly
us.
giving me them for free.
There
Like,
was no peer pressure growing up.
oh my God. Does that mean we were the ones giving the peer pressure if we never actually lived the peer pressure?
But what was the peer pressure?
The peer
Enjoying
pressure-
life, man.
Like, I'm like, I didn't get peer pressured.
I don't know if you guys. Is this how you remember it, Paul? Do you remember it going as Charles and I had this conversation a long time ago? He thought that there'd be a lot more people hitting us up on the street trying to give us drugs, and that's what a lot of people remember it as. But other people, this is the whole conspiracy thing part of it. A lot of other people remember like it was a completely different program. It was like hand puppets and all kinds of other stuff, and they would come in and talk to them, and they would advise the kids not to ever do drugs, and if anybody came to just rat their asses, rat on them, get rid of the drugs, call the cops, whatever. So
That's how I remember it. I'm
Yeah.
like the way that they explained it to us in elementary school and sometimes I think once in middle school, because they knew after that point, after middle school, you're gonna do whatever the hell you want regardless. But like in elementary school, don't do drugs, kids. Say no, and if you see somebody trying to give you,
if you see
Find an
something,
adult.
say something.
find
right?
an adult and tell
Yeah.
them what's going on. And I'm like, not once in my elementary life did anybody approach me to give me a bag of crack,
No.
a bag of weed.
Halloween
Pills,
time was very
nothing.
upsetting. Every
Yeah,
gummy
well,
bear
all the
I got
razor blades.
never had a magical effect.
Oh,
Like,
it wasn't,
that-
acid, it wasn't an acid trip.
Like
No.
nothing. I'm pretty sure that's completely different now. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know, but I know that that bear with that Dare shirt walked into our school at least once or twice a semester and be like, just want to remind you kids, drugs are bad and say no. And I'm like,
Yeah, wasn't
never-
there a confusion with the Dare Bear and Smokey the Bear, and that's
Yeah.
why he ended up becoming the Dare Lion? Because that motherfucker
it's
just being
James
lion.
Probably.
Yeah, he was a lion, dude. And obviously it made sense because
Yeah.
all he did was lie to us in its entirety. So it made
That whole
way
process
too much
was
sense for his
whack.
caricature to be a fucking lion. But yeah, I think my most recent photo memory of the Dare Bear is in fact now a Dare Lion.
I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
look.
Oh, and it's a lion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's all buff too, wearing the
Yeah,
shirt.
just a big fucking lion. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, look at me,
You
I'm
are
cool. Yeah, the other crazy thing I remember is like the World Wildlife Foundation getting really upset that the WWF went big.
Yeah, that was another one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that when it happened and they changed it to WWE and I found out why, I was like, first
Yeah,
of all,
fucking
WWE,
pandas.
how did you not know this was already an organization? How did you miss this? And then two, fuckers, you could have just let them be.
Yeah,
Nothing
seriously.
against the pandas, but
If I'm Googling WWF and
I'm
you
not
pop
looking for
up,
pandas.
yeah, like, oh, cool. You would now have traffic to your website. I'm not going to it. Oh, wrong one. The fuck. I'm not supposed to be looking at a panda wrestling.
You
another
lost
panda.
out on so much foot traffic because you felt like you needed to hold on
Yeah.
to WWF.
Can I tell you something that's even more disturbing than that?
Mm-hmm.
So the World Wildlife Foundation's net worth is $623 million. I'm pretty sure the WWE is $1 billion company.
I think it's like 2.3, I think, $1 billion.
Yeah, you got
And
the
then-
short end of
and
that
on-
stick, motherfucker.
and on top
Well,
of that,
now's your time to sue, though. We want
it's
the name
too late
back.
now.
Yeah.
You screwed the pooch, dum dum.
Why can't
Right.
they be the World Wildlife Environment and we get the World Wrestling Foundation or Federation? I'm sorry, Federation back. I think we should make a petition. We should make a petition for the WWF to change their name because they're number like 2 now.
Like
the
'cause
WWE
even
world.
when WWE does the throwback episodes on like Raw and shit, the old school blocks when Hulk Hogan was there and they had the WWF. Now
Yeah.
it's just 2 fucking W's without the F on the side, and it just looks
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I really need this petition to be a thing. I think that the World Wildlife Foundation needs
Yeah.
to become the World Wildlife Environment. For one, they're not even in the top 5 WWs. Off my head, WWJD, WWE. So just right there,
You're
you're
not even
talking.
top 2.
You're not even top
You
2
don't even own the
anymore.
WWs. You don't even own the WWs.
You don't even own the WWs. And all I really remember from them is the very sad commercials that still don't fucking work. You know what I do with the Sarah McLachlan commercials? I show them to my dogs to remind them when they get fucking crazy that they've got
This
a
is what
great
I'm
life.
giving you.
Yeah, but you know what? They're actually sponsored on behalf of the ASPC, so they're like another organization that just feeds off of another one. It's just almost they're the one that tells everybody what to do and what they can and can't do as far as like the
So
environment goes.
basically, you're just a supervisor.
Yeah,
It's a
basically.
loan. You just use them as a loan. Check out my asset, the WWF. Hashtag BlackRock. What a wonderful way to start the episode. Now,
The world is fucking on its off its axis. The fucking showers are everywhere in May. Charles is having a freaking wet birthday. Everything just went to hell.
well, it's like, oh, only 60%, but the rest of the days were windy as shit or a fucking tornado.
Yeah.
Everything's chaotic to me.
How do you play golf in that weather? I'm going to give you a hint. You
So-
don't.
So the other day we had this.
I even bought rain pants.
We had this really crappy rainstorm go through, and apparently the only tornado that touched down during this big severe thunderstorm was on a fucking island. An island in Wisconsin.
So did it turn into a hurricane afterwards?
No, but it had 90-mile-an-hour winds, and they're like, nobody died. I go, there's 800 people that live on that island. They probably were like, fuck that. There's a tornado. Just stay in your house.
For insurance purposes, they'll end up calling it a cyclone.
Probably. Didn't they do that back
They
home?
did that in the UP. Yeah,
Windstorm.
October.
Windstorm.
What was it? October
12th
28th or
yeah, it
something
was
like that.
yeah.
1995. Yeah.
What would you
There was
rather see, a
tornado
cyclone
touchdown
or
there.
or a tornado?
According to insurance, it's the same fucking thing. Which one we cover? It depends on which state
What
you're
are we
in.
writing on paper?
Yeah, yeah.
And
What do we call it?
and that
What
problem
do we
is
call
because
it
they
this
never
one?
wrote those in there. Yeah.
Ooh, should we call it a tornado? We don't actually have tornado coverage in that area. We're gonna get sued. Cyclone it is. If I was a fly on the wall, I'm guessing that's how it went.
Right.
Where should we start with our sports news today? Let's jump into a little handball action here. First, I'd like to give a shout out to the Oshkosh women's softball team, making it to the big
Oh,
dance.
it's the
as the
Nationals.
Yeah, making it to the big dance is the number 4 seed.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. They beat defending champ. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw this.
No, I saw it on the news as well
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
beat the defending champions.
You don't want to attempt to say that name?
No, not at all. The defending champions, I didn't even get a chance to bing it, right? But if you lose, we don't give you recognition on this show anyways. This ain't a fucking participation trophy show. We're here to talk about the winners. And the winners was the Oshkosh women's softball team. And they're headed to Texas. They're headed to good old Longhorn State. I think is it the Longhorn State? Has anybody taken that over yet?
That's all Texas, baby.
I was gonna say our Longhorn resident right there, for
Yeah.
real. Good old Texas.
You're not first, you're last.
Yeah, they put on a bunch of cowboy hats, took a bunch of pictures, screamed "Yeehaw!" got on a bus, and are heading down south.
Is this the team?
It was Trine University out of Indiana.
That's what it was. Well done. Yeah,
Good
they
job,
weren't even
boy.
in that Indiana. Don't get me started on Indiana right now.
Hey, listen,
Indiana will come up. Indiana will come up. We have some few things
we
to
do.
talk about.
We do. We do.
Poor
But so shout out to those ladies. Best of luck to you from all of us here in Wisconsin and all of your fans and followers all over the world. There's hundreds of them, I'm sure.
not hundreds.
Thousands.
Thousands?
Hundreds. Thousands.
Thousands?
Thousands.
Autocorrect hit me there.
Sure. We'll do it.
Autocorrect hit me there.
Lots of fans.
A bunch of them.
Just like us. There's a handful of people.
I feel like that's more of the marketing people's problem, right? Like
Very
it
true.
can't be that hard to fill a seat in a stadium with an electric atmosphere. Like it can't be that hard.
You would think, right?
Right. Honestly, like, people need to stop trying to refigure Rome's roads. Savannah Bananas have figured that shit out.
Listen, Savannah Bananas are legit.
Yeah,
That
I
is
hope
some
to see
fun
them.
baseball to watch right there.
I got to watch the Globetrotters up in Alaska way back when.
Did you
I
see
would hope they
they
travel
created
more.
a new team to play against the Savannah Bananas, the firefighters. Like they created another team to
Yeah.
play in that league.
So the
with them.
popularity of
is growing.
yeah, so they're bringing in another team. Unlike the MLB, they can't figure out their own shit, let alone an expansion
And this is
team.
the thing. This isn't
That's
like
crazy.
a pro league. This is just like an exhibition team, almost like the Harlem Globetrotters.
They're
but
just
for
goofing
baseball.
around. Just boot
Yeah.
goofing.
It's a
Boot
bunch of
goofing.
amateur baseball players that are in between seasons and stuff like that, between
Yeah.
their minor league farm system. They get to play here, keep their craft, and have fun doing it. And they sell out stadiums every game. Savannah baseball,
wherever
is
they go.
legit. They are legit.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. So again, I don't know if I was tasked to build a road, and I've never built a road before. Why would you task me with it? But I guess since you've decided to task me with this option, I would go grab a book, and I would figure out how the Romans did it, and I'd just redo that because
It
that
worked
seemed
for
to
so many
work out
years.
pretty well. So for all you out marketing geniuses out there trying to be your own person, just like Hollywood, making movies for themselves, assuming us people will fill the stands, but recent numbers came out, box office, worst Memorial Day weekend ever. Congratulations, Hollywood, you're doing everyone
Because of the
wonderfully.
rain and the tilt. Yeah.
Yeah. You would think that if it's raining on Memorial Day, I'm probably going to take my kids to a movie theater, but there ain't shit to watch that tells me, take me away from this crazy world.
I'm
Instead, you try to
like-
throw it back at me.
I want to believe that it was more people were actually celebrating and honoring with their families and maybe visiting more cemeteries and loved ones. I want to
God.
hope that's what it was, and it wasn't.
All I know is
No.
in
Everyone still says Happy Memorial Day.
So
yeah,
what?
I don't understand.
Okay.
I joined in 2006, so we're in 2014. So for the first time in 18 years, nobody wished me a happy Memorial Day through text or phone call. And I'm like, oh, you fuckers are finally starting to learn.
A few years ago, I stopped saying, thanks, I'm not dead, but I appreciate you. I just like.
My
After-
mother-in-law did it last year, and I was like, Ma,
Yeah.
I'm still alive. Well, what do you mean? That's
Yeah.
for the people that are dead.
Yeah, I appreciate. Listen, we
Thank you for
appreciate you.
thinking
Thank
of
you.
me,
Thank you
but
for
I'm
thinking
still
of me.
here. I got lungs.
But
It
it's
happened-
morbid that you're thinking of me on a day that's screaming, "Remember the dead."
Just in case I forget to tell you.
Don't
Am I dead
disrespect
to
me.
you?
I love you, but clearly you have something about me. You feel some type of way about me, and I need to
Yeah.
understand where you're going with this.
And this
this
does.
is the first year that this hasn't happened. Charles can understand the frustration on days like this. It's like it's not about me. I'm like, it's never going to be about me because I'm still here on this earth. And this is just me. I don't know how Charles feels about this day, but even on Veterans Day, I tend to get a little cringe when people, because I feel like it's forced. You're only saying it because today is Veterans
Yeah.
Day, so you feel
Yeah.
like you have to. Tell me.
If you really wanted to thank us, you would stop fucking us over and over and over and over again. So, yes, and not to sound like that dick, but until homelessness and you stop giving our fucking money to the goddamn immigrants or anybody else,
or just
you're
let me go
fucking-
see whatever doctor I want without
let me-
having to ask
yeah,
permission.
Like, I love that it's free, but like,
You guys
your
suck.
knee doctor has done like 10,000 knees, and mine just got done with a dead fucking pig, and I'm his first human, right? So again, I fucking miss me with that shit. I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the hard work a lot of those people do. If you're on here looking for a fight, go right in the comment section. I'll find you, because that's not what the fuck this is about. But like, the thank yous are literally just thanking us for another free fucking weekend. So eat shit. I don't know what else to tell you. You're not voting correctly. And I'm not saying that in a red or blue sense. I'm saying that
Just
as
period.
in fucking period, because veterans continue to not get taken care of. We're just now getting put on a census in an attempt to combat the fucking homelessness a little better. So you're
How long
welcome.
has this been going on?
You're fucking welcome.
And the other thing is, I'll believe that it was about homelessness for veterans when I start seeing the financial rewards going to those veterans as well, and I start seeing them being taken off the streets. Until that
like-
happens, it was a political move.
This is my thing. So I'm going to say two things. One, I remember the first time I went to the VA hospital, and my first VA doctor, when I tell you he was a clown of a doctor. I went in for my knee and my shoulder. He told me at the time I might have been larger than what I needed to be for my height. I was roughly around 350, 380. He said the pain in your knee is probably because you're overweight. Cool. I get it. I'll work on that. What about the pain in my shoulder? Oh, it's the same thing. Your weight. What?
Yeah.
What am I walking on my fucking shoulder?
I didn't know I was in the fucking circus.
click.
Sweet.
It's like, what are we doing here?
Dude, I had the same experience with my first doctor. So I got this rare eczema that's supposed to grow on my hands and feet, but instead grows all over my fucking body. And then, okay, cool. And I've got this sweet clicking in my shoulder every time I
Right.
do this, and I have to relieve the pain.
I did it with my ankle.
No shit. The doctor
Are you
looks
just, you're
at
just
me and
pumping
goes,
up your shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to
You
get
got
the
to
crack
pump
out so
it
it doesn't get tensed up.
Pump it
Yeah.
up. I swear to God. So I'm like, hey, what am I supposed to do with this? He goes, yeah, just go get a bottle of Tough Acted Tenectin. I said,
What are we supposed to do with that?
He goes,
What
yeah,
am I
just-
supposed to do with that?
You're
every
supposed
time
to-
it shows up, spray it once in the morning, spray it once in the evening. After a few days, it'll
wait
go
a minute.
away.
You're telling me this doctor literally says just fucking
Just go
fire
get-
hose yourself down with
With
Tough
some Tough
Acted
Acted
Tenectin,
Tenectin.
and it's
Yeah.
gonna get rid of the fucking
Yeah.
shit.
So I waited 3 years, went back, had a new doctor, and I got an eczema cream. The wife just found out it's been expired for 2 years. So there's another story. So then I'm like,
telling you, man.
so then I'm like, so what about this shoulder thing? And I was showing him, and other than the mic, you can hear this fucker. It's like,
Yeah,
right?
it's a click. Yeah.
and the doctor goes, "Oh God, don't do that." And I'm like, I'm like,
No, it's the only thing I know to do, asshole.
and I'm like, but it hurts, and I have to do that. Yeah, no, don't do that. And then went back to, and I'm like, oh, all right, I just won't do that.
I got
Without giving
so
you an answer.
this is I went to go get my shoulder checked out again because I gave up after a while, after a few years. I got to get checked. I went and got it checked out around, what are we in 2024, 6 years ago. So
Yeah.
around 2018, right? That's about right.
Yeah.
About 2018, I went to go get it checked out again. Found out I had an MRI done, all that shit. They said, hey, you don't have a labrum in this shoulder and it's partially torn in your right. We're going to put you in pool therapy. Cool. Because I can't get surgery because at the time my diabetes and shit, couldn't do it. Whatever. Fine. But therapy should help you relieve some of the pain and just practice that shit. So they gave me 3 sessions of pool therapy in the VA. And guess what they told me after the 3rd session? All right, go find you a pool and repeat these same routines. I'm like, what fucking pool are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a pool? No, I live in an apartment, you jackass.
Oh,
You don't-
hold
you
on,
don't
let me
got a
go.
pool?
Let me go get
Where
one of
do
those
you have a pool?
stationary ones
Okay.
real quick.
I live in a fucking townhouse with what? Where? She goes, do you have a gym membership? Are you paying for it?
Yeah, well, we can't pay for that. So, for those of you listening out there, oh, that was a little while ago. Here's my most recent story. So, I'm still getting evaluated for all of my injuries, right? Now, the claim I put in was in 2020, and due to me moving and a few rando things, it did get extended out a little bit. Finally, this year, it was, I think around February or March, I got an appointment.
4 years later.
Yeah.
So, but it's now with the civilian doctors in Oshkosh, and I'm not going to call them out, but guess what? I'll never go there. And
Right.
it's just one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I can do a couple extra one of these and I'll get the insurance payout from the government. I fucking promise, because I'm ready for the day. I've been waiting for this day, and now I'm late. I'm like, fuck. 5 minutes late, getting in the car. They call. I said, listen, I'm on my way. I'm going to be 10 minutes. I'm going to be 10 fucking minutes. I'll be on my way. So no sooner did I back out, they called back and went, hey, the doc's busy. You're going to have to reschedule because you're not here. I'm like, okay, this appointment was supposed to be 2 fucking hours long, bro. And I'm 15 minutes late. And he says, because it's going to take 2 hours, I have to get rescheduled. That goes back to the VA that I missed it. They canceled my fucking claim. And now I got to put in a new claim.
Wait. So you already had enough of a shit show waiting 4 years to get this fucking evaluation done.
Now again, to clear a few things.
Due to the movement,
Yeah,
I get
absolutely.
that. Still, nonetheless,
Yes,
there
yep.
was a time between the initial claim and the actual appointment to get evaluated, all that jazz.
Yeah. Oh, I even called the VA after and explained what happened.
You get the appointment,
Still.
you make the appointment 15 minutes late. Whatever. There should be some grace regardless.
Right.
And they not only cancel your appointment, but make you resubmit the claim again.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So
VA
now,
is a piece of shit.
so there's some stories from 2011, 2014, 2018, and 2024. So anybody
Never
who's,
ending.
oh yeah, things are getting better, miss me with that
Show me.
shit.
Show me.
Miss me
Show
with that
me.
shit. You and your career politicians are fucking me with no lube and fucking my brothers and sisters with no
This is
lube.
the
You know.
biggest ass that I ever want, that I've been wanting since I don't know how long. I have to go to a clinic in Austin and a clinic and a temple and a hospital in Temple, Texas, because certain things aren't in, because it's a clinic. So there's
Yep.
certain shit that's not in the clinic that I got to go to the temple, which is 45 to 50-minute drive either way from where I live at, right?
Yeah.
You're not even giving me the opportunity. It was like, hey, he lives so far away. What if there's a civilian doctor that we can refer him to down there? You're going to pay for the shit anyway if I go to the Temple Clinic or the Temple Hospital. So what's the difference for me going to a civilian doctor? You're still going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So what is the difference?
You just
Yeah.
want to make things difficult.
Yeah.
Like
more
when I
difficult
got
to learn.
when I got diagnosed with my heart failure and I had to get the pacemaker, I had a civilian doctor from the beginning for almost a year and a half, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna stop referring you. You're gonna have to start all over at the VA Temple." I'm like, "You want me to redo everything with another doctor because you don't want to continue letting me go to my civilian doctor that's been working with me to get my heart stronger for a year and a half and successfully getting it stronger for a year and a half because
Yeah.
you don't want to pay for it anymore."
Yeah.
But yet the VA is getting better.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love how many politicians run on the, we're going to
support.
take care of the veterans, and then,
You still shove it up my ass with no lube.
but send billions everywhere else and give billions to
Like you're not
illegals,
gonna,
whatever.
you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you can send money everywhere all over the world, but you can't build communities within cities for veterans that have to find a place to stay to get them out of the street.
They just
And it's-
tried to in Green Bay, bro. And the fucking community it was going to go in screamed so loud because they were so afraid of the people that were going to be moving
They
in
just
there
want to go to sleep and take a shower and get a job.
that now the city has to locate a new location because of this fucking community in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Swear to
makes-
fucking
it-
God, dude.
Yeah, people can miss me with that Green Bay is a great place to live thing too.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, yeah, and they were all just fucking old. It's like you're gonna be gone in fucking 10 years, whether you like it or not. And if you're lucky, 10 fucking years looking at you on the TV right now. God damn.
Those are the same people that are going to shout that they support Army, they support the
Yeah,
military,
yeah,
support
yeah.
veterans.
And they're
Yeah.
out there in red, white, and blue on Memorial Day, and they got their hair flopped up. Yeah,
You
yeah,
need to
yeah.
Have veterans in your neighborhood, not only for security purposes, peace of mind. Because listen, you're having people that can actually combat the dumb shit that you don't want to.
Hey, we've
They're
already
not-
got this figured out with our super yacht. So
Yeah, fuck yeah. Vietnam veterans have been dealing with it. I'll never forget. I was flying home in my ACUs
And I think this was I was going on leave from Iraq. So I was coming home at first, and I was sitting next to this just beautiful old lady, and I promise you she's not around anymore. She was that old. But like for the first little bit of this flight, she was visibly scared. And I had assumed it was the flight. And ma'am, you have nothing to worry about on this flight. I've flown many times. Honestly, if anything did happen, we ain't going to wake up to know about it.
No.
She looked me dead in the eyes and went, "Oh, honey, I'm not afraid of the plane. Our vice president said soldiers returning from the battlefield should be treated the same as terrorists." I looked at her and I went, "Ma'am, I promise you that I will be nothing but a delight on this flight."
This is the thing. Like, do I have my moments of crazy shit? Of course. I'm not steering away from it. I am mentally sometimes unstable. It's just the sheer fact of it. I can't get away from it.
Yeah.
However, I am one of the most calmest, funniest, chill people you can. Like, it takes a lot to get me angry. I promise you, there's nothing that you can do on a plane and a car trip, nothing that can piss me off. Yes, there are certain things that you could say or do that can put me over the edge, but I promise you, you don't know any of those buttons.
Trigger trolls. We got them. We got them everywhere.
Like, you're not it. I deal with it on a daily basis on social media. If they don't bother me, you are not going to bother me. But
To wrap this up, we're all on the same page.
don't.
I want to see it to believe it. I want it to be true. We all want it to be true. We're just going to wait for the results.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we can do some well wishes to one of our own. Bill Walton passes away. 71 years old, died of a long-term battle with cancer. I did not know that Bill
I didn't know
Walton
he had
had cancer.
Hashtag fuck cancer. Yeah.
Hashtag fuck cancer.
He was
Yeah.
definitely one of the few college basketball commentators that was just fun to listen to.
He would say some random weird shit during games, and you'd be like, "That's just Bill. That's just Bill."
I've been watching a lot of his old UCLA
Highlights?
clips. Oh my god, dude! And when he was in Portland with that sweet fucking beard, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Little
bro!
chin strap that he had going.
The fact that we didn't see more
color
Bill
upgrading a
Walton,
little bit of-
like when everything in our sports history was going on, Bill Walton. Hell, I'll go right out and say it because there's one of two names, but to me, Bill Walton was the greatest college basketball player of all time. And I don't think anyone would bat a fucking eye here. And that you might come to the table with if you're not number one, I could barely remember your name, but that's a them problem, not a me problem. Bill Walton.
Listen, you stand on that hill, and if anybody says otherwise, you can just kick them in their chest and knock them back down.
Oh yeah, I'm on the hill. I have the high ground. This is
take
not
it
like
down.
the Navy trying to jump up a grease pole here, motherfuckers. You coming after a
If
honey
there's
badger.
anything that I'm proud of when it comes to this show, regardless if we disagree or agree on anything, if we're standing on hill, there's not one person that can convince me otherwise. Come off this bitch.
In fact, a lot of the times we end up having to get on a boat and leave you on the island.
But you know what?
The hill turns
right.
into a fucking island.
Look at this. Look at this beautiful thing in all
This is
its
the beard. This is the
majesty
beard I
here.
was talking about.
Look at this beautiful beard. Look at that.
You can't
He-
tell me Chewbacca wasn't. That's
Oh,
it.
dude, he looks like he should have been on the Flint Tropics.
He was definitely a
100%.
hippie. There's no doubt in my mind he was a hippie
Looks
while
like
he was
Jackie
playing.
Moon's father.
Oh yeah, that's Jackie Moon's dad. Yeah,
Jackie Moon's dad.
you trade him for a washing machine.
And to add on to both of your points, Patrick and Paul, his color commentating, his character,
It was priceless.
it's everything you and I and all of us at this age bracket got to hear, watch growing up. That type of character behind the screen, and it's just
Next to Ernie, I don't really know if there's another recognizable voice.
What's his name? Shoot, my brain just went blank.
Jason Benettini.
He plays college. He's always yelling. He sounds raspy all the time.
I don't know. If they're getting rid of Chuck and Charles. It's just not going to be the same anymore.
They're talking about starting their own NBA media production.
that would be good.
To
I mean-
bid out. See,
Shaq didn't pay back all that money from the crypto things. He's got a bunch of cash laying around, right?
Somewhere.
Did Charles ever serve him the papers? Or Charles, we had this thing going that there was this rumor. It's completely a complete fucking hoax, but we like to bring it up that he was in with the crypto thing and he was supposed to get served papers too. And we wanted Charles Barkley to dress up and serve him the papers live on the TNT pregame show.
Charles would have.
He would have, yeah. It would have been a huge joke. Charles
Yeah.
would have did a lot of stuff on that show that I think they would have let him do it.
Dude, I'm trying to find this guy that I used to that I thought he was just. He would always be yelling. He was
Right.
He was a college basketball commentator.
Dickie V is one of the ones at college that I remember.
Is it him? I think that's him. I think.
Dickie V?
Dick
Yeah.
Vitale.
Yeah, Dick
That is
Vitale.
him. Yeah, that is. He
Yeah.
was fucking.
Baby, can I go? You're down with the three-pointer.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's Duke basketball, baby.
Dookie Dukes, baby. Woo.
Yeah, old Dickie V. He's been in his own
Yeah.
battle with cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And old boy from the hockey show,
Yeah.
head coach of the LA Kings. They won a fucking Stanley Cup. I'm so
Yeah, the
bummed I
guy that
can't-
always used to he was the big one for riding the bus. He wore the suits all the time with
Yeah.
the crazy
Yeah.
ties. Yeah.
Yeah, mullet for days, party in the
Yeah.
back, baby. Yeah, man, I really hope he's okay. I am terrible with names. I barely remember my wife's birthday, and that but I
ours a
remember
sports
you.
podcast.
Yeah.
But we it's comedy mixed
an
with
eclectic
sports.
comedic
It's
informative.
eclectic.
It's an eclectic, comedic, informative podcast, right? Up until the last show, a whole bunch of you did not know that the Queen of England / King of England holds reign over all these fucking dolphins.
Well, former
That's
queen.
right. Dude. Hey, do you
Former
want to know
queen.
what? That's a crazy fact. It's a crazy fact.
The goddamn dolphins
Fucking dolphins. The
and the ugly ones
just-
at that.
just the pompous, right? To walk out and go, oh yeah, those are fucking mine. Write a piece of paper, make sure everyone
And
knows.
who's gonna check her?
And no one. Not a
Well, she's
fucking
dead
person.
now.
Wow, this has been going on since 1300.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fucking
Wow,
Yeah,
it's a
no
family
one-
legacy of stupid.
Not goddamn one person was like, yo, it's
This
not
doesn't seem
1300 anymore.
I don't think we can own sea creatures.
It's
like that.
1357 or 1356.
Those are not your dolphins.
Plus or
Those
minus
are not
50
your
left
dolphins.
of
You did not win them in the war. Those are not your dolphins.
You do not claim them.
I
No.
just want to
Nine.
cut hair.
The fact
Nine.
that you found that as a fact, like that is weird.
Oh, Charles.
That is
that's-
the weirdest flex because it's not a flex, but it's like for you to be like, yeah, we own dolphins. What?
Right.
It wasn't just dolphins. It was like all sea
All
creatures.
these
It
people,
was- yeah.
all these people bitching about SeaWorld. Wait, there's a story of this
You got a fucking
fucking whale or some shit down in Florida that's gonna break everyone's heart. We're
you,
gonna bring
you
that
own
to the show soon.
SeaWorld.
Big ass.
That's in a small
That's-
aquarium compared to what
Yeah.
UK has. You got a fucking a theme park. We got
Yeah.
a whole pond in the backyard that says you guys suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess some SeaWorld shut down and they couldn't transport a whale, and it's been swimming around this dying pool for the last X amount of years by itself, and there's a
Nobody's
couple.
feeding it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
somebody's
couple-
gotta be,
a
or
couple
they'd be dead.
caretakers on staff.
Why can't
via
they
the-
transfer it to whale?
Yeah, dude. I don't have enough to say on
I
it
think
right
it
now,
costs
but
a lot of money to transplant a whale with all like the
It's-
filters.
yeah,
and
it's
the
fucking sad.
tank and-
yeah, it's
That's-
fucking sad. It's
Well,
fucked
get
up.
it together, SeaWorld.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I'll tell you that. much.
SeaWorld, whoever's in charge of this, UK, you love them so much. Help
Come
them
get
out.
it.
Yeah, fuck you. We got one of your whales.
Yeah, we took your fucking whale. What are you
You
gonna
want
do
it
about it?
back?
Red coats.
Show me that. Show me that piece of paper. It worked real well in Boston.
Jackass.
Guess what? We still don't drink tea.
I don't.
No.
My child is again. My child
wife
has
drinks
weird.
tea.
I'm like my wife's family's from New Orleans. And from the South.
New Orleans?
It's like a
You stay in
crime
New
not
Orleans?
to drink tea. Yeah. My wife, my child, I can't stand tea to save my life.
No,
Just
yeah.
chunk it. Listen, I don't like pie and I don't like tea. Fight me.
Fight me.
That's like the doctor a day keeps the apple away rhyme. We just made a new one.
My daughter, she like Arnold Palmer tea.
Yeah.
me too.
That-
Lipton
She
and
does
Aaron,
not
yeah.
know how to say that. So you know what she calls it?
I want to know.
She goes, this was the most weirdest thing she came. It was during spring break. My mother-in-law, she likes her own like she's the only person that can make it that she'll drink it. That's it.
Yeah.
And so she made this extra over spring break and she brought it to the house for her. And Olivia goes, "Daddy, can I have some Obama tea?" I'm like, "Can you have some what?"
I love it.
"Can I have some Obama tea?" I'm like, "What the hell is Obama tea?" "That stuff that Mima made." Yeah,
Obama
you can have some Obama tea. So
That's
now it's for
fantastic.
her, it's Obama tea. That's what she calls it. She's been calling it that all year for the last year and a half.
Oh,
And
no.
so it threw me for a loop. I'm
Dude,
like,
speaking
That's
of
awesome, man.
speaking of weird things to call of sodas and juices, did you happen to see the Osama bin Lager? It
that's a
sold out.
thing.
Yes, Osama bin Lager sold out. This beer company made a beer and they called it Osama bin Lager, and it sold out like within like minutes of it
I
being
did
out
not
there.
know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Wonderful marketing technique.
It
Wonderful.
was very clicky. Speaking of
Most of the soft people who report everything don't have money to spend. So they
That's
spend all
true.
of their
That's
time
true.
on the internet trying to
That
police
is
it for the
weird
better of the world.
name to call your beer, but all right, more power to
Yeah.
you.
it worked, so
Yeah.
we can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Marketing.
I can't fault you for that.
Ronaldo sets the single season scoring record for Saudi Pro League.
It's like
Shohei sits
like
out
the-
today.
It's like the 7th or 8th best team in the league
Yeah.
league in the world. You got a 39-year-old man playing against children.
It is. We
making
should
you look
mourn the passing of a PGA Tour professional as well. Mental health is a fucker, and
Yeah.
alcoholism is a big killer, and a lot of people don't know that leads to depression and suicide. Absolutely, reach out, speak out, say something. If you got stuff going on, there's always somebody with ears to listen. So
Absolutely.
And shout out to the Los Angeles, California scene. Of course, it's no surprise to anyone on the show. I watch stories Monday through Friday. I got my stories along with The Price is Right. But this wasn't one of my stories. The General Hospital actor was shot and killed. Just basically a calendar year inside of when the Cash App founder was stabbed. I think that was in San Francisco. So I guess we're just going to do a huge shout out to California. You guys are doing a really wonderful job, and really wonderful people are paying the price for how wonderful you're doing your job. So I really
just
hope
do
they
it
get that
wrong.
stuff figured out.
they do it wrong with so many things. It's not just politics. Like they do everything wrong in California.
Yeah, seriously, just go back to 1970. Not with fucking people beating their wives and shit, but whatever you were doing for productivity in 1970 might be bad. Maybe you guys should just figure this shit the fuck out, because there's some really fucked up
I'm
people
like,
in the 70s.
like, can we just figure out a process that's not getting people killed for no apparent
Right.
reason?
Let's
Again,
be
I'm
human.
not trying to take guns away from anybody. 'Cause that's not what I'm here
No.
for. I'm like, you have the right to feel safe, all that jazz.
No, because I promise you, this gun that was used was not registered.
Y'all need to do a better process. Again, for all you weirdos out there that think we're trying to take away the Second Amendment and take your guns away, that is not what we're doing.
No.
We want you to keep your guns. There just has to be a better process, a better way of being able to get justice for somebody that gets killed with a gun that isn't purchased properly. All the mental checks that need to get checked out. Like, you have to be in the right state of mind to be able to use this thing. Come on. Like, this isn't a toy.
There's this criminal process going on where they're deeming crimes. Well, they've done it for a while, but they put new crimes into this box where it's, oh yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's
they
not so
recategorize
bad.
stuff.
And they're letting way too many criminals go because okay, you just like the fucking Dare Bear used to call marijuana a gateway drug, right?
Yeah.
Stealing a car is a gateway drug to armed robbery, and breaking into a house is a gateway drug to fucking murder, right?
Or
you
playing
gotta-
video games is gonna just
right?
Yeah.
Like
make
you
you do
gotta
crazy things.
fucking bad people do bad things, right? So you have to recognize that and go, you just don't get to be on the streets anymore. Like, it's pretty simplistic. I would rather pay taxes for that than pay taxes for the continued chaos. And we
Like,
did
I
this whole
know-
tea party for taxes.
There
so
was a
come on.
goddamn. Think about it. There was a serial killer who used a spoon to kill people. He used the back end of a fucking
Yeah.
spoon, and he went and he murdered like people on a train. I think it was in like it might have been in like China or some shit. Oh no, it was the knife guy. Didn't you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
start
yeah,
hacking
yeah.
people with a machete on a train?
Yeah.
What's wrong with people? Again, and I'm
Yeah, like-
because what's the saying? Is it that guns don't kill people, kill people? But
Yeah.
I'm like, you are absolutely right. But bad people with guns kill people. Like stupid people shouldn't be allowed to do stupid things. Like, and the fact that it's like when people, I don't care what color you are, what gender you want to be this time of day, because clearly there's 35 different genders in this world outside of just male and female, whatever. Please
I
don't
could have been
cancel
an
me.
alien when I got married. Straight up,
We
But
I
are.
it's
said I was an
like
We
alien.
are
I'm like, but at the end of the day,
special.
you're giving when you kill somebody or you're a mass shooter, mental health should not be the first thing that people are like, he's probably mentally ill. No, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Put this motherfucker in a box somewhere
Yeah.
and do not let him see the day of light except maybe once a day. You're 23-1 for the rest of your life.
Zoroastrianism, that motherfucker. For those of you who don't know what Zoroastrianism is, it's one of the very first religions. Really fucking crazy. Go read about it. It's nuts. But basically what happens is the third time you do something bad, the entire community kills you. So
What, aren't you forgiven the first two after whatever, and then the third one is death?
the first two the community takes upon itself. They're like,
Yeah,
oh
and
my
then
God,
there's-
we led you to do this. We're sorry.
So they're giving you the benefit of the doubt for the first two, but that
Twice.
third time,
Yeah.
3 strikes, you're out.
So if you stole,
Literally.
if you stole, yeah, absolutely. It's really cool until you get to the end, right? And they're like, whoa.
I don't like it here.
So like
Shame on you.
if you stole a loaf of bread because you were hungry or something, the community was like, oh my God, we allowed you to starve. So like for the next week or more at times, they would shower you with gifts and show you the good that others are doing and that you've done, and like they try to focker you. They try to focker you twice, right? That's what we're gonna call it.
Fockery? The fockery that's
Fockerism,
involved.
Fuckery is deep.
Fuckers.
So the second time this happens again, but if you do it a third time, they're like, oh whoa, this
Oh,
ain't
buddy.
us, it's you, and they chop your fucking head off.
What's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me
Yeah.
twice, shame on me.
Yep,
It's not gonna
yep.
be a third time, bitch.
There's not going to be a third time. Yeah, and the cause of this was deep rooted in their religion, and they truly believed that the downfall of the human being, because it wasn't man or woman then, but the downfall of the human being was through the evil within. So
Yeah.
they feared the inner evil so much that if you showed your face 3 times, you were dead.
All
And
I can
guess
think of when you're talking about this is Sacha Baron Cohen in The Dictator. When he goes, they're like, he's not the legitimate leader. He's not the legitimate leader. And then he's like, don't like him. He does that.
That's what the Mayans did, right?
Yeah.
It's not raining. Kill George. Why? He fucking doesn't do anything anyways.
Yeah,
At least
and
he
the-
can bring us some rain. And everyone's like, kill
that
George.
crazy
This
thing is,
motherfucker.
they said those super
Just
proud
grateful.
and like
Yeah.
they were grateful to be part of that. Like,
Let's be honest. They didn't have running water. They didn't
No.
have electricity. And they had no form of entertainment via the television. Yeah,
that
I'd
we
be
know
happy
of,
to go
that
too.
we know of, allegedly.
They played this weird hit ball and shit. They had entertainment.
They
I
had
get it.
game. They had probably more fun than we did.
Yeah, but they definitely sweat their ass off.
They
Oh,
probably
yeah,
had
for
less
sure.
drama.
They had swamp ass.
Yeah. I
They
don't
didn't
know,
have tough
man.
acting to acting.
It seems like they had a whole bunch of no drama until they had the drama, and then the drama really fucked them.
Yeah.
Hashtag Spaniards.
Fucking UK.
So, which brings us to our next point. I tried to segue it a little bit earlier, but we were
That's
comedy
sidetracked.
gold. Angela Hernandez officially retires. May 9th was his last game. So him and the MLB came to an agreement, a severance package, and a bye-bye.
Okay,
deserve
guys. First thing that you just said up there that poked me like the old bear would get poked right in the ass with a fucking hot fucking probe. Severance package.
Yeah.
I understand this is. I understand that it's a union, but
Yep.
if this is a retirement,
Why are you getting a
there is
severance
no
package?
severance package.
You can get a Rolex for retiring.
Yeah. Yep. They've come to an
Last
agreement.
time I checked,
So this was a
when you get a severance
forcible
package,
retirement.
when
Yeah.
you get a severance package, you're getting let go from
Yeah.
your position, not
Yep.
retiring. You're, hey, we've come to our pass. We're doing a bunch of layoffs. You're the first name on the chopping block. A retirement is, hey, I'm tired, I'm done, I've done enough, I've done this for 30, 40 years, I'm out. You get a retirement package, you can get, I guess, like a Rolex, a car, whatever. But why are you getting a severance package out of a retirement? Even
But-
if you are getting forced. Because
Yes.
even in the military, when you get forced out of retirement, the only thing you walk away with is you don't get a dishonorable discharge, and you get to keep your retirement pension, and that's it. You're not getting a separations package from getting forced out of retirement out of the military. So again, who did you piss off that you had to get?
Whose
We
dick
know
did
who
he
you
suck?
pissed off. Well, clearly somebody, he did something to somebody, or he had something on
Well,
somebody.
so
Yeah,
my
for sure.
my thought process with it is the MLB found a loophole.
Absolutely.
And they went
Of course.
and they no, I'm saying that the MLB found something that helped them, and they went to Hernandez and went, listen, until you retire, you're going to be in the
Listen,
outfield.
You're
That's
not-
just
You're
yeah.
not a crew. You're not going to be a crew chief. You're not going to
Yeah.
the World Series. You're not going to
Yeah.
the playoffs. You're
You're
not getting
just-
shit.
Or
Walk away.
you can retire, and we can figure out what's the best way for you to retire.
Or maybe the severance package is, hey, we'll pay you for the rest of the year now, and just walk away.
Yeah, he stated wanting to spend time with his,
Family doesn't want him.
according to his cousin
His
or
yeah,
nephew or
whatever.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, I
I'm
think that
just
was
happy
Uncle
that he's
Hernandez.
gone. I'm finally happy again. I don't wish any ill will towards his future or whatever it is that he wants to do in the rest of his life. But please,
I
whatever
don't wish
you
any
do,
ill. They did say
do
fuck
not
Uncle
ever
Hernandez
ump,
and the horse
do
he
not
rode in
ump
on.
another game ever
Right.
again in
Yes.
your life.
Get him out of baseball. He does not belong there. He didn't belong there to begin with.
No, 2015 should have been his last year.
Like he
Or
good riddance to
2014
that.
should have been his last year.
And
And here's
hopefully-
the thing. Let's bring it up. Joe West, get your ass out of baseball as well. If you're going to defend him and the calls that he made and say that he's one of the
You're
best
just as
umpires
big
out
as a
there,
clown as he is, then.
no.
Because
But I don't believe Angel Hernandez was, I think, statistically the worst umpire this year. I don't think he was. For the grades that I looked at. I
No,
think
he
was-
wasn't.
He
and
wasn't.
that's fine. But your good year doesn't outweigh the bad.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that that's the only positive thing that I can say about
yeah,
him. He wasn't the
but,
worst.
In the group chat, I said 4 to go.
Yeah. I'm like, I think the other ones need to take notice in the fact that, hey, this guy's gone, so you better either count your days or get your shit together.
Here's the thing: the man's probably a wonderful father and grandfather and human being, but he's a goddamn terrible umpire. He's an
Just
awful
the vision,
umpire.
the vision
His-
left in
his-
2014, and it didn't
his-
get better. Like
His eyesight is terrible behind the plate, on the sideline, third or first base. Like, there's just, you can count on all 10 fingers and toes how many bad calls he's had in how many
Right.
games. And it's just,
this is what the MLB. Go ahead, Patrick. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, any of us, had we had the job that he had, we would have either been downgraded to minor league
Minor.
baseball games or high school or college games, or
or an
even kicked
official
out of
somewhere in New York headquarters doing
Yeah.
something up there.
easily.
The MLB didn't want to do anything about it, so of
No, they
course
didn't.
I started to look further into it, and I'm
Union.
realizing that the umpire position behind home plate was
Is it very thin?
foundationally flawed to begin with.
Yeah.
There is no general positioning of the umpire other than wherever he has to be to get the best viewpoint he or she, that's not how it's worded, but whatever, can receive. So you're talking like, so if I'm looking here, I'm going to see a 98-mile-an-hour fastball different than I'm looking here.
Because it's all
And
on
if
how
I'm-
they stand.
And I'm looking here, and I'm looking here. It's foundationally flawed in its
Because the box
entirety.
moves, the strike box
Charles,
moves
we said
depending
it.
on the ump.
We said it.
needs to
I'm
move to
okay
the
with
AI.
5%. I'm okay with 5% human error. I am okay, like Paul said, like you said, the strike zone can be expanded. You have a little leeway, but you
Right.
can't
If
have
you're
this
here the whole
consistent
game, that's
all over
awesome.
the place. Yes.
Yep, you
exactly.
can't be here
Listen,
the whole game.
When you're hugging that line, I can only do so much of being upset because it could go either way when it's right there on the line, whether inside or outside the box. That's a grayish area. But like you said on Sunday, Pat, if you're 4 to 6 inches away, in, up, or below the actual strike box, because we all
You can
have an
call
idea.
You can call that 1 or 2 times a game and just it's a missed call.
But if you
do
have
that
10
4
to
or 5
15 times a game,
Yeah,
like
like
let's
Charles
say
had 14 times a
yeah,
game.
like I would say an average. If you're missing 8 calls that are between balls and strike a game, and you're averaging 8 missed calls when you're behind the plate, that's a problem at this point. And
8 probably
something is
puts you in that 94 to 95%.
anything above 10, your eyes need
Yeah.
to get checked out, or you just never need to be behind the plate again.
Right, because you're gonna have close ones. You're never gonna. There's only been a
It
couple, I
happens.
think, perfect games ever called.
It happens.
Only a
I
few.
get you.
Yeah.
But that
Right.
the line, I give you so much grace. But when you're so far outside the box, and again, based off of what just Charles said, the stance is gonna change how the box looks for most umpires.
Let's be-
But theoretically, the box is the same no matter what.
We can
Right.
fix this already because we already see where the ball goes on every
Right.
fucking pitch.
Well,
so they
and
can
they
fix
got a
this by
machine to show
appealing.
where
By
it's
appealing,
going.
they can fix it.
And the kicker, let's just continue with Angel Hernandez, with Mr. Hernandez. His knees in 2005 allowed for better positioning than in 2015, and his knees in 2024 were the absolute worst. So
you're-
how
Physically,
how
he wasn't able to even umpire.
physically after 2015 physically most of these umpires after the age of 50
Their body starts to give out.
Yeah.
they can't do it like they were doing it before.
Same as
how
catchers.
the MLB
Catchers have said that for years, that after 10, 15 years of being behind that plate,
Buster Posey.
their
Buster Posey,
legs, he retired way early. Like, he didn't do a 20-year
Yeah.
stint. He said his legs, man. And then after that
Von
freak
Rodriguez.
accident that he had, I think it was like 2015, 2014, where he had somebody run into him and break his leg
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming into home plate. Again, I'm not saying the catcher is the hardest position, but as far as putting a pitcher and a catcher have that body that your body's going to go through it. So as an umpire at an old age, at 40 to 50 years old, you're standing behind that home plate, your knees are
Yeah.
going to fucking feel it after a while.
Yeah.
And your stance is going to change, your vision is going to change. Listen, it's okay to walk away, but
Right.
don't walk away when you're looking like a complete hot fucking mess.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
It's
a
terrible
super
right now.
it's a super simple fix, right? So you've got this union, you've got these ridiculous standards. That's cool. At 50, you no longer ump, you teach. And at 75, you go home. Because at 70, you're already so outdated that you're not even welcome in a fucking scout room.
What are you doing at 70 still trying to ump behind the plate?
That's what I said. This
There's no need for you to be back there at all.
there- with this union they have that the MLB allowed somehow or another. Are you fucking
It's
kidding
like
me?
politics. They just stay there until they can barely walk and move anymore.
It's
unbelievable.
It blows my mind. But that's I said the whole system is foundationally flawed.
Can I blow your mind right now?
Of course,
Let's Google the average age of a Major League Baseball umpire. What do you both believe it is?
48.
The average age as of this year, or just period?
Just I'm going to say 48.
I would say 52.
Shout out Phoenix Suns while we're waiting. Looks like they're about to get the package the Dingleberry deal.
Oh, for God's sakes. The Dingleberry deal?
Yeah, just small chatter while you're looking that up.
I'm like, so you're telling me Mr. Bronny James is going to be a first-round draft pick?
So according to reports,
Are you
10
saying he's supposed to go to Phoenix?
yeah, 10
I'm like, he
teams.
had 10 workouts, and he only worked out for the Lakers and the Suns, apparently,
And the Suns.
allegedly.
And the Phoenix Suns are
Yeah.
a almost locked to take Bronny if he's there with the 22nd
What pick
pick.
does the Laker have? 27th or the
Yeah.
17th?
No.
27th?
The Phoenix has a higher. Yeah,
Higher
Phoenix
pick?
at 22. Yeah.
I'm seeing 43 a lot, but I don't believe that's the. I guess 43 would be.
43 sounds right. Yeah, because you've got a handful on the 50 side, and you've got a few
a handful
30.
in the 30s and 40s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the fact that it's 43 is ridiculous. That
So,
means there's just
so
a
let's
couple
just
youngins.
say, let's say you're able to come in and start umpiring in the majors or even in the minors. Let's say your 30s. You start off in your late 20s, early 30s, right? You start your
Yeah.
umping career. And you make it to the pros, let's say 39, 42 years of age, somewhere in that range. You got to your 50. You get tested again for everything physical wise. And if you pass your physical, you're good for 5 years. After 50 years old, you have to pass a physical every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, just like old
every
people.
year. Every
Yeah.
year. I mean, why, not every
Because
year.
at that point now I got to test your skills, your eyes, your knees, your back.
Hand-eye coordination,
Like I need to
everything.
make
Yeah.
sure that you're capable to be mobile as not just an umpire behind the plate, but in the infield you're moving because
I
you're
don't want
dealing
you to get
with
hurt. Yeah.
Well, I
and
mean,
shortstops. You're running around with these jokers.
here's the kicker with that too. Even if the average age ending up, you get to the show, right? Even if
Sure.
that average age is 39 to 43. Let's just say 39, 36 to 39. You still have 11 to 14 years as a big league umpire.
Before you
That
got to
is-
get them annual physicals.
And then you move to teaching the next flock to ensure the longevity of your position.
And not just the longevity, you're keeping the pristine, the legend, keeping
Yeah.
the prestige of the umpiring, and people being able to be like, yo, these umpires are not losing a beat, because they're not going to know that the switch is happening so often to the point where it's noticeably getting better. But if you're allowing these 50, 60-year-old umpires to still make these, especially ruin perfect games, playoff
Not only
games,
that-
World Series games, like you're putting the game at risk to be able to be like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Not only that, how much do you think they make a season?
6 figures.
They're definitely, I think, like 150, 180.
The average is 235,000.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
surprised.
what does he need to work 30 freaking years at 200 and some $1,000?
That's what I'm saying.
Retire.
And
Yeah.
the greed and stupidity of this union has definitively pushed the MLB to the AI strike zone. I don't think we're all upset. Oh yeah, the MLB isn't going to push it to 2025. I think if they could, they would have already. I think
Angel
the
Hernandez
legality of
made-
that stupid union.
He
Go
made
ahead.
400,000 last year.
I'm like, I think what kept him wanting to stay on is one of two things. One,
Money.
He's a gambler.
Well, in three, money,
He's gambling on the
wanting
game.
to be a crew chief again, or period, because he's never been a crew chief, and make it back to the World Series.
There's a
'Cause again,
fucking
he's
reason
never-
for that.
There's no reason he hasn't been in the World Series since 2005. So
There's also a reason for that.
again,
Isn't that convenient? That was the year his knees were the best.
2015,
2005.
2005.
In 2014, 2015, his knees were terrible, and he should have been gone then.
So when he was
Again.
50, between 50 and 52 years old was like his prime.
so let's see, how old is he right now?
70, I believe.
He is.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's that old, honestly.
He's 62 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been doing it for 30 years or so.
So
He's
if-
been.
so if
He debuted in 1991.
Okay,
May
so if
23, 1991. It
At
was his
31
first-
years old.
that's crazy. So if
32
the
years old.
50-year-old law would have been enacted
30 years
Yeah.
old.
13 years ago, he would have been done, and that would have been 2011. The league never would have gotten into that stupid lawsuit that was then dropped. All of this.
I'm going to make a World Series and a. Shut up.
Joe West, love him to death, but towards the end of his career, it was time for him to go.
Let's see when Joe West retired.
Last year or the year before.
So he is 71 years old. Started umping for the NL in 1976. His last appearance was 2021. So that was 3 years ago. So he was 68
was-
years old when he retired.
He was blowing calls the last year. he
I
was in the
remember,
baseball. It
dude,
was
Tigers games were
bad.
terrible.
It was fucking terrible.
He had it out for Comerica Park, and I have no fucking
Yeah,
idea why.
he was way worse than Angel Hernandez. I believe he called 2 balks on Mark Burley in a game or something
how
like
many
that.
seasons he
And then,
umped?
and then Burley goes, "What the fuck?" and he threw him out of the game right after it.
He
Joe
umpired. Joe West
Yeah, Joe
umpired
West.
43 games.
I was just gonna
43 seasons, and a record for
40.
a record 43 seasons, and also a record 5,460 games in his career.
Charles, say it. If you play forever, you're gonna have stats forever.
Yeah, he's the
Like
LeBron James of the umpires.
LeBron James.
3 seasons, and that's arguably probably 20 seasons more than what he should have done.
Sure. Yeah.
It's foolish. You get into the league young to mid 30s.
Because even
There's
the umpire,
no reason you should be umping in your 60s.
even in the NBA, some of these refs that are like just old as dirt. I'm like, some of them, yes, they're athletic. I get it, but it's like at some point you got to get in some new blood in here, because it's like you guys are still stuck to your old ways and just thinking that it's still the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Let it go.
And they do it terribly, right? Like, I want my young guns with the old guys so they can learn from the old guys and take their spot.
But I don't
the
want
old
you to-
guys pick their old staff, and the young guys get fucked by themselves. And it's like, what the?
Yeah, no.
What a comedy! I'm so glad the MLB decided. You know what? We don't want you talking about baseball. We want you talking about the umpires this year, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna dig deeper. We're gonna look deeper, and we'll
You
continue.
got to break
to...
up this no that's going on right now for the Brewers. Just because Paulie's on here. Come on, Brewers, you're getting freaking no hit by a guy. Freaking got like
Let's see if I
one
can-
win.
let's see if it'll let me pull it up.
Unbelievable. And freaking Freddie Peralta's dealing. He gives up one dinger and he's got 11 Ks and he's freaking
Dude,
he
this
goes
is,
up.
the
He never
Brewers,
gets any offense.
The Brewers have not been giving Freddie Peralta offense. The
Any
dude's getting
offense
7 to
whatsoever.
12 Ks a game. He's giving up less than 1.5 runs a game, right? Like, he's
crazy.
You're gonna get the home run. He throws a fastball when he shouldn't
Yeah.
every fucking game. It happens.
Yeah, it's fastball Freddie. That's why he's called fastball Freddie.
Yeah.
You wanted to touch on this. You wanted to touch on the whole LeBron thing. You wanted to touch on the nepotism of the NBA, of the team's family members in sports. We understand why it is. We know what it is.
My biggest issue when it comes to this nepotism and just dealing with when you have superstars that have kids that try to follow in their parents' footsteps, whether it's mom or dad, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's more the fathers that are having their kids follow in their footsteps. Kobe with Gigi, the expectation of what Gigi was going to be was the bar was set high because of what Kobe was. Same
Yeah.
thing with Michael Jordan back in the day. His two kids were expected to be these guys and ended up being not absolute nothing.
Sure. And this
You
is
know?
where I separate it though, Paul. I say this. I say I have no problem whatsoever if you can help your kid get there, if your kid belongs and
Absolutely.
deserves to fucking be there.
And this
Because
is-
guess what? Bronny at this point in his career, you're forcing the issue. This guy does not deserve to be in the NBA on an NBA roster. He barely deserves to be in a college Division I roster. For
And this
fuck's
is the thing. I'm not taking away from what Bronny's skills are and what they could be, because he has the talent for the most
Right.
part. And you have the resources to be, because again, to not utilize your father as a source to get you to where you need to be would be stupid. And if anybody says, well, he's just using his dad, shit, if LeBron James was my dad, I'd be using him too. Shit. The man has been playing 21 years for a reason. Like,
He's playing
regardless
the
of how
hand
you-
that he was physically dealt.
like
growing
regardless
up.
of how you feel about LeBron James, you're not going to take away from this guy's skills and what he can bring to the court, regardless.
No.
So for people to accuse Bronny, he's just here because of his dad. Yes, but at the same time, he's worked to get to where he's at to an extent. Do I think he needs to go pro right now? No. I still think he needs like a year or two more of college. And the sheer fact that this year's draft is literally circled around Bronny James to the point where it's like whoever drafts Bronny 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get his dad to come to your team for at least the next year or two. I think that's just weird. That
I don't want to bring this up either. He has health problems. He had a stroke or a heart attack.
He had a cardiac
God's
arrest. He had a cardiac
Yeah.
arrest. I know what that feels like. It's not fun. Your heart
No.
just gives out on you and you're just fainting left and right. It's bad. Again, and as an athlete, look what happened to Shaquille O'Neal's son, Sharif O'Neal. He had to have a heart surgery, a heart transplant, because his heart gave out.
Yeah.
Where is he at? He's not playing.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably for
And-
the best as well.
Honestly,
And there's nothing wrong with that. Again,
No.
if you want to live up to your parents' expectations, fine. But just make sure that you're doing it for yourself and not for the expectation of what society is going to put on you, the expectations that are getting placed on you because of your last name. If you don't want to play basketball, then so fucking be it. Don't play basketball. Like,
Right.
it's
Think
not a
about
big deal.
Every time we criticize and we put out a post or we put out a video or something, there's always heat. There's always people coming in the comments, bitching, complaining, moaning, arguing about this or that. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't agree with what you fucking put out there. 110%. Doesn't fucking matter what it is. You could say
Still
that
gonna
this
say it.
fucking is red. I'm colorblind. Maybe that's fucking orange
if
to me. Charles
everybody
thinks
likes
it's fucking
you,
blue.
you're doing something really wrong.
You're
Yeah.
always going to have somebody that's going to disagree with you. And then that goes.
I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that.
I'm not gonna lose sleep just because you don't agree with what I say. It's not gonna
No.
change my stance. It's not gonna change how I walk. I'm still gonna sleep the same. I'm gonna eat the same. I'm gonna walk the same. Nothing changes. The only thing different is, hey, look, somebody doesn't agree with me. I've had a bunch of people not agree with anything I say all my life. Guess what? I still wake up the next day just fine.
Piss excellence.
I'm
Yeah.
like, and it's like for people to assume that Bronny James is basketball or NBA ready. It's like
He ain't even G League ready.
I'm just.
He's not even. He couldn't even break a college starting roster. So yeah, he's definitely not ready.
This is just me though.
Yeah.
And then with the other point on the other side of that, if you guys didn't know, if you were under a rock, last night they aired a celebration for the 30th anniversary of The Lion King. And that is, as much as we sometimes want to just punch Disney in the fucking throat because they do stupid shit, when we were kids, they just did the cartoon movies just
Oh,
perfect.
I just
Come on,
can't
you can
wait
say it.
to be
To be
king.
king. Come on, let's do it. All three of us right now. We can do it better than that person. All right, let's do it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. If you didn't see leading with this wonderful rendition of just the classic songs from The Lion King, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's daughter, Northwest, did a rendition, I Want to Be King from Lion King, and it was absolute dog shit.
For the production level,
Here's
And
the
this
thing.
was- and this is-
I want to see that
Yes.
person's audition tape, and if it quite possibly could have been nerves. Are we rushing to judgment? I don't know.
This is my thing. So before this incident happened, this was like about 2 months ago. Kanye West and Northwest did an announcement where she's dropping an album. She has a song out, and it is not good.
Of course, it's not
It's
going to
not
be good.
So
It's
the way
forced.
she sounded on that track that I heard over Spotify is the exact same way that she sounded last night. Terrible. I posted a video this morning of the audition plus of her little performance, sorry, not a stunt, her little performance that she had last night. And then a few minutes later I posted a video of the other audition tapes from other kids.
So you 100% are on board with what me and Charles are probably thinking. This was a huge publicity fucking stunt for.
There's no way on
There's
this
no
earth.
question.
There's no way on this earth.
yeah,
that
somebody got
she-
paid.
Oh, yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. This is the thing. People are getting on my case talking about, well, why are you bullying a child? I was like, first of all, number one, I didn't put her on national TV for her to be able to get seen by millions of people. That's number one. Number two, people paid between $1,500 to $3,000 tickets to watch this performance with people that are supposed to sing.
What? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I thought
And-
thought this was like just a public thing. I didn't
No,
realize
this was
like
a
a
paid
fucking
performance.
production.
This was a production in the
Holy
Hollywood Bowl
crap.
between 10 to 15,000 people watching this.
You gotta be shitting me.
And you're going to tell me that this was the best person to sing this song.
Dude, that makes I didn't even know that. Yeah, I am oblivious. This is
So,
fucking
The
I'm,
talent
getting
that-
told that I'm getting told that I'm bullying. So this is my thing. And me and Charles talked about this earlier. You put
I
this
wish I
child
was paying attention.
you put this child on TV to be able to be seen by everybody and their mother, nationally and live in person. So whether it's Northwest, some random 10-year-old kid, 30 years old, 60 years old, if you are a performer, you are going to get criticized the same regardless. So just because she's a 10-year-old kid, what's the difference between me doing it and an actual paid critic that does this on a daily basis?
So if I had come out there and I had done I would freaking get just as much shit as she would.
Listen, I would crucify you the same way. Nothing
Yeah.
would change.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. The
I'm
smoke
like-
was coming my way. I've done some pretty stupid shit on this podcast. Ask Charles. He fucking sat there for at least 9 minutes while I literally argued with myself. So
Yes, we were there.
I can take that. I can take the criticism and I can apologize for being wrong.
But
this
don't come at
person-
me for calling out on.
Oh yeah.
We're
no.
calling a spade, and if your performance was trash, I don't care if you're Obama, if you're Donald Trump,
Doggy duty.
if you are Whitney Houston, because I'll even say this on record, and everybody from Beehive can kiss my whole black ass. Beyonce cannot act. Period.
She probably
Okay.
can't sing either. For all we know, it's probably fucking
So
AI.
the sheer fact that you want to make it seem that I'm bullying a 10-year-old, it's a child, you should give her some grace. No, forget that. Kiss my whole ass.
She's realizing she's not good.
And I put more. These are the people that I blame from top to bottom. Kim and Kanye, number one, for allowing this to happen. And then two, the casting director for even agreeing to this fucking shit.
There was quite possibly a little bit of forcible contact
I hear you,
made
but
with this one.
But it's just like, for anybody that's trying to coddle Northwest and saying she's just a 10-year-old, she's just out there having fun. If I'm paying, I don't care if I'm paying $50. If I'm paying to see a specific type of performance with a level of excellence, that is not what I'm paying to see.
Paul, the person who was probably in charge of this didn't have a conscience because they didn't think about the
Not
after
a fucking
effects.
thing. Everything I'm
None
seeing
one
on the
bit.
internet right now, there is only you either get.
There's
it
only two
was
opinions.
it was terrible,
Or-
or it received mixed reviews. The only
Yeah.
two good things are the original writer of the song came out in support. Of course you did. You're an
You got no
original
choice.
Disney man. If you want to keep getting
can't
those
clown her.
residual, if you want to keep getting those residual checks, you ain't gonna clown it.
Them royalty checks mean a whole lot more than
Well, not only
downsiding on
that-
somebody's.
I'd like to do a little bit of digging into this to find out if
I'm
this was
telling
backed
you,
by Kanye.
like, listen, when I shared this video this morning, it was a slow traction at first, right? It maybe
Yeah.
by within an hour or two, it had like maybe a few hundred views. I just said, you know what? Let me share it to my stories a couple times. I shared it once and then I reshared it as a post. And as it sits today, as of right now, what time is it? 8:16. This beautiful rendition.
this beautiful rendition. Of
This
this
beautiful rendition of Northwest is sitting at 148,000 views with 1,000 likes, almost 2,000 comments, and majority of them, it's either stop bullying her or it was terrible.
song. I love it.
Nothing,
I love it.
nobody's saying that she was,
It was
good,
good.
or that she did
Yeah.
great. It's either stop bullying her
Yeah.
or it's terrible.
So you're mad I'm saying out loud what you're thinking in your head. Miss me with that shit.
I'm like, 'cause it's my-
I'm sorry. I have to
I'm-
apologize
I have
for
a
you without
10-year-old.
apologizing.
I have a 10-year-old, and if she does something terrible, I'm gonna, baby girl, that ain't it. If I can do it to my own flesh and blood, what makes you think I won't do it to some random that I
Why
don't
would you?
know?
But why would you put your own daughter in a situation where you have to know, being a professional singer, rapper,
Kanye,
that voice
you
is fucking
know.
terrible.
Kim
you
has
gotta
been
know.
on Kim
You
has been
gotta
on
fucking know,
television
dude.
since the same fucking age.
Yeah,
Keeping up with the Kardashians. I
And
hate
I
that I'm
still
the one who
don't-
brought
I don't
that
still
up.
know.
I
don't
know.
still
I
how that
agree.
goes.
I'm just
I don't know what
like-
they're doing on. Either way, there's.
but-
I don't care who you are. If you are terrible and you're terrible on national TV, this is the internet. You can't expect somebody to put something on the internet, and if it's bad, to not get this kind of negative publicity. Like, you're insane.
Terrible parenting 101.
Like, you're insane to think that this is gonna go over just because you, because you're Kanye and Kim. We already smoke you guys because you guys are crazy. You think your kids are safe?
You guys, and that's the thing. They invite the heat, and then when the kitchen starts to get a little bit of smoke, they go,
No.
"Where the fuck's that shit coming from,
Your
man?
kids are not
Kitchen's
safe
on fire,
from
fucker."
the-
That's what's going on.
If you think your kids are safe from getting scrutinized on my internet, on my platforms, on my social media, I'm not speaking for Charles or Pat. This is coming.
Hey,
Paul
I
Soloria.
comment
Right,
comment
but I
very
ju-
subtle to try to tease the line all
But
the
what,
time.
what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna tell me on my page that you shouldn't. You should do better. No, she should do better. Her parents should have done better. They brought this on her by letting her do this. knowing damn well she wasn't prepared, she wasn't ready for it, and she shouldn't have been up there in the first place.
She didn't. It sounded like she didn't even fucking rehearse.
She was off key from beginning to end. Did she have little moments of like, oh, she sounds nice, and then it was gone? I'm sorry. If you're too scared to say it, everybody out there that's listening and wants to criticize me for saying this, if you don't want to say it, I will say it for you. Northwest performance last night in celebration of the Lion King's 30th anniversary was absolutely terrible, and it shouldn't have happened.
No,
So
I-
now
I
forever in
truly
her
believe-
life, this will be a mark on her life. Talking about she's gonna be feared, it's gonna scar her for the rest of her life. Good, don't do it again.
Yeah, and it's like Patrick was saying there. I'm squirreling off. Oh yeah, Kanye definitely paid for.
Oh, he
Kanye
had to have.
definitely
He
paid
probably
for it.
backed the entire fucking thing. He probably paid
Or-
for all the marketing.
Look what she-
I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay,
That
Yeah,
was
I-
another one that dropped the internet today as well. Good on you, Charles. If you're pick that one up, I hear it. I hear it.
I was just wondering which one paid for it. Which one paid for it? What do you think? Do you think it was the Wheaties box money or
Oh no,
Kanye's Yeezy
this,
money?
This was not Papa Grande's or
This is
Princess
either
Grande's.
Kimmy's child support
money.
money or
Oh,
Kanye's
yes.
political money.
Yeah,
In more than
I
likely,
bet we could
it could be
dig
a
into it.
combination of both.
yeah. I bet we could dig into it.
Whether
The
it was
me-
half and half, one of them jokers definitely still paid off somebody to say, "Hey, it's not a question. You're gonna put my child up there. It's happening. Whoever you got to talk to, whatever kid you got to make cry, make it happen."
They're making the call, guaranteed. They probably were in the room handpicking a lot of these people, saying, "You're not going to say shit, right? You'll be in the video. You'll be on TV."
There was
You'll be
NDAs
there.
signed all over the place when this.
Oh
happened.
yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna admit to anything. But there's just no way that
Fullwell 73 Productions. Who
That was
owns
the-
Fullwell 73 Productions? Let's find out.
and I'm like,
We're gonna go down a rabbit hole we probably never should have opened, but it's all right. Fuck it.
Did y'all see the video of the auditions?
Yes, I did.
other
Yeah, I
thing-
saw the post. Yeah,
You're
there's
telling
some
me
pretty good
none-
ones on there.
That's what I'm saying. You're telling me North sounded better than all them kids.
Oh, there was a couple There was a
There was a
boy,
couple that were-
boys on there, really fucking good.
So you're telling me North was just the best.
Full 73 is a British television, film, and music production
wouldn't have even got a
company
call back.
based in London.
Hey, don't call us. We'll call you.
Yeah. What did you say, Charles?
Who owns
Where
it?
is
The fucking London.
this? Fucking London. Of course, bury
Of
that
course,
money trail
UK's
deep.
over here.
Oh yeah, with their fucking dolphins and their penguins and their fucking animals, their fucking mermaids of the sea.
It is a London and LA based film and television production company. It was founded in
LA-based,
2005 by
LA-based.
brothers Gabe and Ben Turner, Leo Pearlman, and Ben Winston. James Corden also became a full-time partner January 2017. The company operates across various genres and media platforms, including theatrical, broadcast, and digital content. They have worked on projects with notable figures such as Meryl Streep, Arnold Schwarzenegger, David Beckham, and James Corden himself. However, there's no specific information about Fullwell 73 Productions being directly involved in music production with Kanye West. How about Kim Kardashian?
If you actually Google that, it replaces the words if you type in in a Google search or a Bing search.
Oh.
Did Kanye fund the live Lion King for Northwest? And then it changes it. It
here it
changes
is.
it to something
Here,
else.
here it is. Here it
What
is.
is
Check,
it?
I just fucking found it, bro. Certainly, Kim Kardashian West and her family have indeed worked with Fullwell 73 Productions. The production company was chosen to produce their upcoming series, which will follow the Kardashian Jenner family's journey. Fullwell 73
Unbelievable.
partner Ben Winston serves as an executive producer alongside Daniel King, who is the showrunner. Additionally, Fullwell's Emma Conway and Elizabeth Jones are also executive producers for the show. Kim Kardashian West herself is actively involved as an executive producer for the series, which will be available on Hulu.
There you go. Come get the smoke now,
There it is.
motherfuckers. Come on,
We-
So
bring
you,
it.
again,
literally
you made this happen so you can make your child set front and center. You know what I think it is? I think it is. Now you again. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Leave it on the wall. We do that often, bro. Read it out loud.
They are trying to compete with another power couple with another kid that's already doing great things for herself. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Blue Ivy already has a Grammy because of
Yeah.
her song with her mom.
Yeah.
So Kanye, Jay-Z used to be on the same label together. So it's these two power couples that are trying to compete. But again, Northwest.
This
It
wasn't the
One
hill
has
to
earned
die
it, the
on.
other
This
is
wasn't
just
the
trying
hill
to
to die
survive it.
on. Why did you
This
go on
is
this hill?
backfiring so wrong.
Yeah. One
I don't give a
deserves
shit
it,
if this-
the other's just trying to survive it.
I don't care if this kid was the biggest Lion King fan ever. This was not the hill to die on. If you did not know how to sing this song and you needed to get that vocal production up, you could have just said, "Hey, let's just wait for something different."
Wait till
for
35
something
years, you know,
else."
so where you can mature, get better, get vocal lessons. Your dad and mom can afford you vocal lessons. I promise you they can.
They obviously can. They just paid for you to be on that fucking line.
Your dad's one of the auto-tune fucking kings. He could have made that shit fucking.
We would
like-
really like for you to produce
shit would have been
this,
on
but
lock.
we're looking to see if
But-
there's something you can do for our daughter via the Lion King.
And this is the crazy thing. They're doing a Lion King prequel for Mufasa. And they're bringing back Beyonce as on the cast. And Blue Ivy is also getting casted a voice actor on the prequel to Lion King. It's called Mufasa. So are you trying to compete again?
It's almost like that.
Your child is not going to be on the list as one of the most memorable renditions of
No.
it's not. I'm sorry, it's going to go down as one of the most terrible things that we've seen on TV. And
Probably.
your child has to live with this for the rest of her life.
Uh,
Whether she gets better or not, or gets a different career somewhere else doing something, this will always follow her now.
Yeah.
This little
It's
performance,
a forever moment.
it's on the
Yeah.
internet. You can't take it down as much as you try to make people delete it. It's everywhere.
Shit, this is on the internet. Have those moments in your
You
life.
have
it's
to,
fine.
you want to talk about you can't blame the kid. Again, I might not be able to blame the kid, but I'm still going to scrutinize the performance that the kid put on. And I will blame mom and dad for allowing this shit to happen.
It's not like this person went out there and they could barely kick a soccer ball, or they went out there and they struck out in little league. This is something that this person wanted to do. And the reason we're critiquing it and the reason we're being assholes about it is because
fair.
you fucking promoted it and you made people pay to watch this shit. That's why.
And this, you want to know the other crazy thing, Pat? They're
Hit me
doing
with
this multiple nights.
I want a ticket, but I want a ticket as a fly on the wall. I don't want
They're
a ticket.
doing
I
this. I think
shit.
they're doing like 2 or 3 more shows.
Maybe you should get better.
So
think
somebody,
they-
I'm glad you said better, right? So
You think
somebody
they
said
auto
that.
tune next time?
So they said when Blue Ivy did her first dance with Beyonce on her little fucking tour that she did, they said that they killed her because the first dance that she did was terrible, and then a few shows later she got better. I was like, first of all, dancing and singing are 2 different things. When you practice dancing, you can get better over a few weeks or something like that. You can't get better at singing over a couple of days.
No.
It's just not gonna happen.
Here's the thing: if it does, we're gonna
It's
notice
auto-tuned
it.
as shit.
We're gonna fucking notice it right away.
Somebody's
100%.
tweaking them dials and them twisting them knobs around because it's like something's not right here. She didn't sound like that last night.
It's gonna sound like those arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Okay, here we go.
boy.
Here we
Oh,
go.
what you find? You
What'd you
found
find out?
gold
We've just got a list of some facts and some questions to.
to ask. He's got a game in his ear and he's watching us. Look at
He's
you.
gonna throw us off with some of this stuff here.
I'm here for it.
Fuck.
Still no hitter.
Still no hitter.
Let me put it back. up.
Adamas with the 3-run home run yesterday.
I thought you were gonna say today. I was like, pretty sure they just put up a.
Oh man, Bellinger just stole a home run from Willie Adamas to keep the
I saw
no-no
that.
alive.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That was a beautiful catch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway,
Highlights.
fuck the Cubs.
Hey,
You know
hey,
what? I
hey,
got
watch your
something to
mouth.
say. Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. But I got something to say. I got something to say. So yesterday, Craig Counsell came back to Milwaukee, and they put this video of him up on the screen, and Milwaukee went nuts. They booed. And the only time
Of course.
people heard louder boos was when Brett Favre walked down the Green Bay tunnel in the purple
Purple.
people eater.
In the purple, yeah, purple people eater.
Now, there was a handful of people on the Milwaukee Brewers page, and you could find me. I comment often, especially as a top fan, which means my comments are pushed to the front. You'll see it more often than not. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. When I was in there reading these comments, I realized that there was a handful of people who was like, "Oh my God, stay classy, Milwaukee."
Stay
And I wanted to
classy,
go
Milwaukee.
find where they live and just put a bag of dog poop on their front porch and light that son of a bitch on fire and stand there while they open the door. Because I don't want you to think about who did it. I want you to know it was me. And then I'm going to laugh watching you stomp that poop out. Here's the kicker. All you did was show me that you root for the Brewers because they happen to be close to you as a resident of the state of Wisconsin. You don't actually know shit about sports, okay? It don't matter what the hell he did. He went to Chicago. It don't
Right.
matter. It wouldn't have mattered if he brought the only World Series to the Brewers. He chose to go to the Cubs. And if you just don't understand the totality of this, you don't know sports. It would have been like Harbaugh leaving Michigan for fucking Ohio State, or Urban Meyer or Tressel leaving Ohio State for Michigan.
Yeah.
So for you to actually go on there and flaunt your fluffy fuck internet sensitivity, you just keep buying shirts, keep buying shit and supporting the team, but shut your goddamn mouth. You're a fool.
It's the internet trolls, Charles.
Like, 'cause if Madden would have went from when we won the World Series in 2016, and then 2 years later he goes to Milwaukee, and I'm like, fuck that guy.
yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
those
what
are,
are you
those
doing?
are diehards. Diehard fans
And
don't
it,
give a
and
shit.
It, and it would have been just like if Phil Jackson, he would have went from Chicago to
To
Detroit,
Detroit.
or
Yeah.
even he went to Indiana or Cleveland. That's in the division. You can kiss my ass.
Phil loved Chicago so much he wouldn't even coach the Knicks. He just helped them lose more. Yeah, it's like,
So now, if you go somewhere else, that's fine. But if you've done things inside my team, and you go somewhere within the same division,
To try to build
you're,
something.
You're dead
Yeah.
to me.
and it has nothing to do
Like-
with his character. It has
Like
nothing to
Rizzo,
do.
Frietta and Bryant are hanging on my wall, and they will stay on my wall. One, I still love Anthony Rizzo. Was I sad when he got traded to the Yankees? I hate the Yankees, but that has shit to do with me, right? I will forever. Chris Bryant, yes. San Francisco now plays for the Colorado Rockies, but these three human beings on my wall were instrumental parts to winning my World Series.
I still remember Chris Bryant doing the splits on that.
Almost
throw
fighting on that third to first.
Yeah, on the final
Again,
out.
If Madden would have went to Milwaukee,
Yeah.
or if he would have went to St. Louis or Cincinnati or Pittsburgh, you're dead to me. So I understand you're coming from Milwaukee to the Cubs. That's in the division. That's like a sacrilegious shit.
Yeah. There's hatred there.
Yes, I know Brett Favre used to play for me, but he's over there wearing that piece of shit over there.
A
JJ
couple-
McCartney is gonna always be a Michigan fucking legend, but now you wear that purple shit.
I was just gonna say, and for those of you new to the show, a couple weeks ago, our hearts were broken when Michigan great JJ McCarthy went to Minnesota.
I am fine when he's on the sidelines and he's cheering
Right.
his team on. When he
But
gets
the
on
moment
the
you
field,
get on that field,
I
you're
want him
dead
dead.
to me.
you throw interceptions every fucking time you're out there when I'm out
Break
there.
your legs, and I
Yep,
don't mean
don't
have a
give a
good
shit.
production.
And so again,
It's sports.
Not break your legs, but just throw lots of interceptions.
it is an unwritten rule
I'm a
that
little
if
dark, I
you
know.
Yeah.
were a part of my team, Julius Pepper, kiss my ass. I can't fuck with you because you went from Chicago to Green Bay. I can't. I just can't do it. Just like I'm pretty sure Aaron Jones, he's dead to y'all because
Oh,
he
yeah.
crossed over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jonathan Owens. Yeah, he's
He's dead
dead.
to y'all.
Simone Biles. I appreciate you. You're dead to me now.
I appreciate for this current state. I appreciate Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles. We welcome you with open arms. But the moment you go back to Green Bay or Minnesota or Detroit,
You're dead to me.
David Montgomery, I love the kid. I love him to death. But you're dead to me. Do I wish you a happy career? Sure, why not? Just don't look at me.
Am I going to try and get your autograph if we're in the right position and I have the
Absolutely.
right items? Hell yeah.
But
But-
do I like you right now? No.
No. In the off season, hey man, what up?
But between
Hey, don't
September
have too good of a season next year.
between September and February, I don't like you.
All right. Here we go. We're going to start with something a little funny.
Yes.
Chocolate was once a currency. In ancient Mesoamerica, cacao beans were used as a
The little
currency.
bean?
Yeah, so you would just pay for groceries and shit with good old cacao chips. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, chocolate, right? Cacao.
And then you eat it.
Crushed
Yeah.
it up, crumbled it.
Make some
Do whatever you needed to do.
whatever your heart desires.
Cacao.
That's
Right,
an interesting fact.
Now here is, this isn't multiple choice this time. This one is either going to be difficult or easy. Depends. What was the first official fast food burger chain?
McDonald's.
Patrick?
Fast food burger chain. It was. I don't believe it was McDonald's. I think McDonald's was like in the 50s, 40s. I do not know. I'm gonna say Hardee's.
Okay. While the general population believes McDonald's was the first fast food burger chain company, in fact, in 1921 in Kansas City, White Castle took the cake.
And they're still trash.
You call. I don't consider that fast food, but yeah, you can't. Okay, you can't call yourself fast food and then go sell your shit in the freezer section. The most disgusting hamburger patties I've ever had in my entire
And
life.
it never comes out good.
Never comes
Ever.
out. How come? Okay, how? Okay, they have the greatest model of food ever because what's in the fucking when you microwave it, it tastes exactly the fucking same as it is when you get it at the restaurant. It's unbelievable marketing. Or packaging is just that terrible. or the meat's that bad.
Maybe you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna test the theory. I'm gonna go to Walmart one day and get
Buy
me a
the
little,
White Castle.
Go get me a little 12-pack.
Now I want
Put
you
it
to
in the air fryer.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
put
no.
2 in the air fryer and 2 in the microwave and see
Okay,
which one
but-
tastes better.
No, I want you to just warm them up, and I want you to let them just warm them up. Warm both of them up in the microwave. Let them both go. Have your wife blindfold you. Do a blindfold taste test and see if you can tell which one is which.
It's gonna be disgusting.
It's going to taste like the same. It just tastes like shit either way.
I don't understand how White Castle is still in business. They want to talk about who's keeping Arby's in business. Who's keeping White Castle in business?
Was Thomas Edison just a fuck?
He was
from
a
what I
thief.
heard.
From what I heard, he was just a thief.
He's
Yeah.
just a fucking He's
He's a thief.
Yeah.
Stealing shit.
The first electric light bulb was
Technically,
invented
he
by
didn't make the light
Sir
bulb.
Humphrey Davy in 1809. However, Thomas Edison's practical incandescent bulb in 1879
made
revolutionized
bulb.
indoor
Yeah.
lighting.
Bulb
Fuck
is
you,
cool,
Thomas.
but Davis made the shit that makes the light go. Hey. But Edison is getting credit for the whole shebang
dude,
because he got the fucking globe on top of
Bullshit.
Thomas Edison was just a really good thief. That dude
stealing
was
ideas, bro.
fucking
Stealing
crazy.
shit from
people.
All right. One more fact for us. Let me find it real quick.
While you find this, I
Yes, sir.
am for Father's Day. I know one of my presents that are in multiple. I'm getting 3 football jerseys and 2 baseball jerseys for Father's Day. And if you want the plug, all you have to do is send me a DM message on my Instagram, which is the name right here, right there,
It's right there.
right there.
It's right there.
And you have your dad book, Joe?
I do. Present.
Shoot us with a couple of those, please.
All right. I was wondering why baseball was getting bigger. Then it hit me.
I love it.
All right. We got a dangerous dinos and monster joke coming your way. What followed the dinosaur? Its tail. What do sea monsters eat for dinner? Fish and chips.
I thought you were gonna say what did he smoke for dinner? Seaweed. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Look at you catching on. Let's see. Let's just do a random one. All right. What do you call a cat with 8 legs that likes to swim?
A crab. I don't know.
An octopus.
Octopus. Puss.
Yeah. This is the last one. What kind of hair do oceans have?
Wavy hair. No see him hair. No see him
see-
hair.
You don't see them here. All right, we're going into the bottom of the eighth. Still got a no-hitter in play.
Unbelievable. Thought talking about it, they'd at least get a hit.
Yeah, almost did if it wasn't for Cody Bellinger.
That would have been a dinger.
This is the issue now that I have. It's not an
Oh
issue.
my
The man had
God,
like almost 100
so
pitches in.
Disgusting.
So
Yeah.
they just did a pitch change.
Okay,
Yeah, it's time to bring in the closer.
Here we go. We'll
right.
end it with a multiple choice.
Okay, I like it.
The average American consumes approximately blank pounds of candy per year.
A year? A year?
We're
11
gonna go-
pounds.
Well,
And you
I was
said
gonna give you
pounds?
multiple choice, but
No, go ahead. You said pounds though, right?
pounds. That's correct.
Go ahead.
Pounds. Okay, so 8, 15, 22, or 30.
8.
So again, that was 8, 15, 22, or 30.
22.
That is correct, PR.
Holy
22
shit.
pounds
That's a lot of
of
goddamn
candy per
candy.
year. That equals out to one candy bar, gummy, fruity, taffy, pull my laffy per week.
That's 3 newborn babies.
Newborn babies.
The average
You
American
eat 3
eats
babies worth of
22
candy.
pounds of candy per year.
You eating 3 babies worth of candy, not literal babies. Please don't. 'Cause
We,
of literal-
22 pounds of candy a year, and you sons of bitches are still trying to buy you super yachts out there with my money. It's crazy.
22.
There you go.
pounds?
Apparently, we just need to market. We need to make a candy that is irresistible to children, and we're going to
Mr.
make
Beast
money.
did it.
Mr. Beast did it. Yeah, that's true. Mr. Beast did a lot of things. He did the
A
fast
vegan
food
candy
thing.
at that.
Was it vegan candy?
Yeah, it's a vegan candy.
We could do some seaweed saltwater taffy and call it seaweed.
Oh man, saltwater taffy is big.
Yeah, we could do a big one.
You know what the
I think
worst
you-
candy I like to see at Halloween? And no, it's not candy corn. Shut up, Charles.
It's terrible.
It's
I
them
like it.
taffy candies that are in the black and orange wrappers.
Oh, the peanut flavored, peanut butter flavored ones.
Why do they still make those?
Old people like them a lot. Tastes
things are-
like my childhood.
Oh man. Okay. So
Yeah.
I was going to. That was going to be it, but I don't know if this is cool or not. But something tells me I should tell everyone about the origin of saltwater taffy. The story of
worried?
saltwater taffy
Someone look the
begins in
backside of a salty boot.
in Atlantic City, a popular beachside resort destination in New Jersey. Most historians believe that saltwater taffy was invented in the early 1800s, and here's how it all started. John Ross Edmiston, the owner of a small boardwalk postcard shop in Atlantic City, hired a man named David Bradley to sell taffy alongside other wares. Although Edmiston eventually fired Bradley, he decided to keep the popular candy in his shop. One faithful night, an ocean swell flooded Edmiston's boardwalk shop. In the morning,
got a
he
hit.
discovered
I know
that
hitter's over.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, it's going through my ear right now. In the
Right.
morning, he discovered that all the taffy had been soaked in salty seafoam. As he cleaned up, a young girl came into the store and asked if he still had some taffy for sale. Jokingly, Bradley replied that he had some saltwater taffy. The little girl purchased the taffy. What a fuck. The little girl purchased
You
the
just said,
taffy.
You've
and
got the
took-
saltwater taffy? I'll take
took
the
it to
saltwater
beach
taffy.
to share with her friends. Her mother overheard the name and loved it, and thus the name Saltwater Taffy was born. There's an
Is
actual
this
link
the
and
first
everything.
incident of a kid getting candy from a grown man?
It,
A random grown man?
it really does sound like that.
The fucking shit sat in the ocean. I'm gonna make money on it if I can. Here you go, little kid. Here you go, little kid. It was 1800 though. You had a metal bar for a car seat. That fucker just chucked you out the window.
Yeah,
It's
you're no good to me.
1800s. They didn't have cars. They did. They did in some places.
Strapped him to horses. Just
All right.
freaking
If
let
you were
him
living
ride
out in the
wagon.
boonies, like Little House on the Prairie, you probably didn't see a car. But if you were living in the inner cities,
Yeah, a little- yeah, a
They
little
had something. They had little
instant
chooches and stuff. Yeah, little trains.
so that's all the fun facts and dad jokes we've got for you.
I like
today.
it. I like it a lot.
22 pounds of candy a year.
22 pounds of
22 pounds
candy.
1921 White Castle. It was fantastic. And saltwater taffy was created by a fucking pervert.
Angel Hernandez
Listen,
is worth $2 million.
You didn't say it. That's what the internet said.
That's what the internet told
Well,
us. I
this
just
allegedly
put
this
it in plain
person
language.
is 150 years old, anyways.
He is the originator of the pervert.
Fucking Herbert off of Family Guy.
Herbert. You want some saltwater taffy?
This feels like a trap.
Let's go downstairs and get some taffy.
Patrick, do you have anything you wanted to add?
Taffy, taffy. Go tickle my taffy stick.
Oh my god.
I guess the only thing I can add to that is don't forget your towel. Oh, man. One of these days, I'll have to tell you all my 3 foundational life rules to being an adult. I think a lot of you should listen to them. It'll be very
Hashtag.
interesting.
We love you more.
Yes, yeah, indubitably. Thank you guys so much. PR, thank you again. We love having you on. This is fantastic. Really look forward to it. Mike, huge shout out to you, Brother Bear. He's got big things happening. He's moving the train. He's standing behind that bitch and pushing it down the rack until he
That
gets his
chute's
charcoal
going.
back. We're so proud of you, brother. You just keep trucking along. You keep doing your thing. We're here. We're here for you. We're here with you. And we'll see you in the chat. For all of our listeners, followers, subscribers, likers, trollers, complimenters, right? Listen, we talk a lot about the trolls, but we see all of your beautiful comments, all of your praises, all of your thank yous, all of your holy shit, this was me yesterday's. We see you. We appreciate you way more, and we try to engage with you indubitably. For everyone out there, though, this world is a crazy place. So find somebody to be crazy with. It makes it so much better.
Woo!
We love you more.